Abdullah Mason has been tearing through the defenses of almost everyone placed in front of him.
Mason 5, and there's that lightning quick left hook, and Ron's legs go out under him.
Peppering type of punches.
Ooh, like that one, that uppercut that puts Johan on the seat of his pants.
However, on two separate occasions, the young superstar got a taste of his own medicine.
You see Vasquez leaning forward.
Oh, Abdullah gets dropped by a left.
That's what I'm talking about.
He was hurt, tested, and pushed into deep waters where his skills and mentality were questioned.
Uppercut from Abdullah. Oh, no, Abdullah's down for the second time with a check left hook.
But that's exactly what separates champions from ordinary fighters. Great fighters don't always win because everything goes according to plan. They win because they can adapt, overcome adversity, and find a way when things get difficult. Against Johan Vasquez and Albert Bell, Mason showed the world why so many believe he is the next great fighter in boxing. Before we get started, if you want to support the channel, make sure to use the hype feature. It helps us continue bringing you more boxing stories like this. On November 8, 2024, Abdullah Mason entered the ring against Johan Vasquez, expecting to continue his rapid rise through the lightweight ranks. For most observers, the bout looked like another routine assignment for one of boxing's brightest young talents. Instead, it became the toughest test of his career. At only 20 years old, Mason had already developed a reputation as one of the division's most exciting prospects. His unbeaten record, explosive offense, and highlight reel knockouts had generated enormous excitement. But his opponent, Johan Vasquez, was a battle-hardened veteran who had made a career out of frustrating younger fighters. Most predictions favored Mason by a comfortable margin, and very few imagined the dramatic opening that was about to unfold. Mason began the fight patiently, using his jab to measure distance and establish control from the outside.
Every piece of advice on how to solve the puzzle. You know what that is? It's a landing pillow for when Abdullah lands his shot.
Oh, and he's supposed to land that left hand straight down the middle.
But then, Vasquez launched a perfectly timed left hand that landed cleanly and sent Mason crashing to the canvas.
You see Vasquez leaning forward.
Oh, Abdullah gets dropped by a left.
Mason rose before the referee's count was complete, but it was obvious he had been shaken. The danger wasn't over. Only moments after the action resumed, Vasquez connected with another heavy punch, this time a right hand that snapped Mason's head back and left him visibly unsettled.
And now La Fiera. That means the beast.
Mason answered with determination as he planted his feet and fired a sharp uppercut that caught Vasquez clean, flooring him in return and bringing the crowd to its feet.
Oh, and he gets rocked by a right hand. Oh, what a shot by Abdullah Mason. He lands on Johan Vasquez.
Said it was going to be an uppercut. And that it was.
Are you not entertained? Round 1, 1 minute and 15 seconds, and Abdullah's going for the finish.
Vasquez climbed back up, but Mason sensed an opportunity to finish the contest. He charged forward aggressively, but was caught again.
The left uppercut from Abdullah. Oh, now Abdullah's down for the second time with a check left hook. What a round we're seeing early on here. Abdullah's up. Vasquez can barely stand. This was impressive.
Handled it well right here. Any inside closer.
After beating the count again, Mason resisted the temptation to continue trading wildly. He boxed more cautiously through the remaining seconds, making survival his priority until the bell sounded.
They don't pay, but here's Abdullah once again going in.
In round 2, Mason abandoned the reckless aggression of the opening 3 minutes and fought with greater composure.
La Fiera Johan Vasquez, and my goodness, what excitement we saw in the opening round.
You got to tuck that chin. That's it. That's what it is. You got to tuck that chin. If you tuck that chin, you put that chin down into your chest. Especially when you're throwing your offense.
Now that straight left
Thank you,
Vasquez. And he's making him dance, but this is where Vasquez has been the most dangerous.
Instead of headhunting, Mason began mixing his attacks, using crisp combinations upstairs before digging powerful punches into Vasquez's body that broke the veteran.
Punching, and Abdullah says, you hold me, you better hold me tight because I'm going to go to your body and drop you with the shot to the solar plexus.
He mean.
That's it.
He mean.
It's a body shot. If you put Abdullah Mason down, you better put him out. Shot from Abdullah Mason.
Instead of placing the shot upstairs, he knew he was hurting him with that. Right centered. That shot right there, that would have been down. Yep. Lucky the ref didn't take a point from him. But on the inside, vicious short shots on the inside from him. Just got in tight, close. Right in the solar plex, right there, right down the middle. A place left hand.
The referee counted, but Vasquez could not rise in time. What had begun as a nightmare for the young prospect ended as one of the most memorable victories of his early career and showed that he was the real deal. But this wasn't the last time he had to deal with adversity. In July 2026, Abdullah Mason faced Albert Bell in a clash of best friends. Mason and Bell came from the same Cleveland boxing scene. They trained together, shared countless rounds in the gym, and developed a friendship built through years of hard work. They knew each other's strengths. They understood each other's weaknesses, and they had seen each other's best weapons. But when Bell earned the opportunity to challenge Mason for the WBO lightweight world title, friendship had to be put aside. For Mason, it was a chance to prove he belonged among boxing's elite. For Bell, it was the biggest opportunity of his career, a chance to defeat a former friend and shock the world. What followed was a fight that tested both men physically and mentally. From the opening bell, Bell showed he wasn't intimidated. Instead of allowing Mason to dictate the action, the challenger stayed patient, countered beautifully, and landed clean right hands whenever Mason came forward.
The ring show that the change of replaced opponent is not going to be a big difference. Just follow the game plan as planned.
I think Albert Bell wants to lure Abdullah Mason in. He is the better counterpuncher in this situation. He wants Mason to kind of step in, lean over, get a little bit sloppy so he can land those counter shots and then get out of the way.
Left hand to the body there for Mason, who was in a very physical fight of the year contender against Sam Noakes in his last outing. Good counter from Bell.
This is the kind of shot I would think he was looking for. As soon as he leans in, throw that right hand.
A Cuban-style fighting. You want someone that's aggressive, that American style coming at you. Sure, Mason is a southpaw, but he does like exchanging. This is going to come down to accuracy. Who lands the accurate shots, not the power shots.
Mason on the front foot. This crowd is really urging him on. It's going to be tough for him, Sergio, at the age of 22, to not let that affect.
Bell continued frustrating Mason in the second round. His movement, timing, and accuracy made it difficult for the champion to find his rhythm.
Mason will take any punch he can get.
Good job to the gut there by Mason. I think in these early rounds, he needs to start focusing on the body. You know, it's very hard to hit Bell with anything clean upstairs. Even though he does fight upright, he keeps that chin a little bit high. He perfected that style. There's that 2-1 I'm talking about that just landed on Mason.
Body shot there from Mason. Bell trying to fight off the ropes.
Knockout ratio, the heavier hands, it's the accuracy and the calmness of Albert Bell. Nice body shot right there.
The challenger looked even more confident in round 3, forcing Mason to chase him before landing powerful counters that controlled the action.
Bell waiting for Mason to jump in. Mason trying to get physical. These punches just aren't quite finding their mark.
He's loading up too much, is Abdullah Mason right now. Should concentrate on speed and combinations. Don't load up on any shots and don't try to hit him. You're not going to catch nothing upstairs right now.
And remember, even though Bell is taller, it's Mason who actually has the longer reach.
Mason started increasing his pressure, but Bell's experience and ring intelligence kept him in control during the early rounds.
2 of 29.
Wow. So it sounds he landed triple the amount of punches, Chris, but he only landed 6.
Good body shot by Mason, that left hand to the gut. That's what he's going to have to do with a tricky fighter like Bell. Forget about the head, start body hunting.
Sergio, earlier we talked about fighters who needed to not box and just turn this into a fight. It seems like Mason can't turn this into a fight. He's got to box.
Yeah, because he's worried about the right hand of Bell. Look, he's controlling the young champion just with one hand, just keeping it cocked. Because every time he comes in, the right hand's going right down the pipe. There it is, right there. That's keeping Mason in check.
Couple body shots, haven't seen a ton of those, and there's the numbers Chris Mannix was referring to.
Sergio, I think that Mason, his game plan always should be to box. When he gets sloppy, he gets clipped, and he's had some problems with that in the past. But a year ago, Johan Vasquez dropped him twice in the first round. That was a lightly regarded guy, put him on the deck a couple of times. He's got to be more disciplined boxing from the outside.
The quicker hands are definitely by Bell, more accurate. The heavier hands are by Mason. But power doesn't mean nothing if you can't close that distance and land him.
You can see it is a packed house here in Cleveland. Almost everyone in attendance pulling for Abdullah Mason in this, his first world title defense.
Bell didn't pull back none of those 3 straight shots. Just beautiful in-sync shots. 2-1-2 from Albert Bell. Beautiful combination to throw against a southpaw.
Chris, are you surprised by what we're seeing?
No, I mean, yes, you're surprised that, at least in my card, it's 3-0. But I always thought that the style of Albert Bell coming into this fight was going to be favorable for him. Again, I go back to the biggest fight of his career against Andy Vences back in 2019. Vences was coming at him, trying to throw shots, and Bell just slipped him, countered him, was really effective in that fight. I could see a similar thing happening here.
Mason trying to feint his way in now.
Heavy foot feint. Heavy foot feint that Albert Bell wasn't falling for. He even came back with the check hook.
And now they're letting their hands go a little bit here at the end of the round.
Good body shot there by Bell.
Round 5 is when things started to work in Mason's favor. He pushed forward with more aggression, landing heavier punches and finally making Bell deal with the explosive offense that made him dangerous.
Should be seeing in this type of situation. I've got a 4-0 in favor of Prince Albert Bell.
I'm sure there's some people watching that would have given Mason a round or maybe 2. There's a right hand from Bell.
Albert Bell loaded up on that left hand a moment ago.
He's quick on the trigger. The thing about Albert Bell, he's quick on the trigger. He doesn't pull back his punches. Everything's short and concise. He doesn't try to overload. That's what he has over Mason. Mason always tries to overload with those heavy hands.
Sergio, do you have it 4-0? That's a nice combination there from Bell.
3-1 at and you wait for the younger fighter, the younger aggressive fighter to make mistakes, and that's exactly what Bell's doing. He's not overdoing anything. He's waiting for Bell. He's waiting for Mason to make the mistake.
Mason landed a good shot, but Bell answered right.
Bell responded with another strong performance, using sharp counters and smart movement to keep the fight competitive.
Hometown fighter, that can favor him, but right now I just like all the things that Albert Bell is doing. He has kept the offense from Abdullah Mason in check.
And keeping him in check with short punches. I mean, they're coming from everywhere. You can see that Mason has respect for the punches that are being thrown at him.
Look how Bell just has his breathing controlled, Sergio. It's just a walk in the park where Mason's constantly moving, being jittery, burning up energy.
Mason may be the champion, but the old lion is definitely Albert Bell. And he manages the time. This is another thing that he does well. You know, he fights like an older fighter, patience. You know, slows down the clock, slows down the rhythm, doesn't let the younger fighter get overeager.
Good jab there from Mason.
This is what the great Bernard Hopkins was able to do late into his career in the 40s. Good shot. See that right hand right there? Right. Kept the young buck right at bay, right at the end of the right hand. This all came down to matchmaking, guys. When Joe Cordina left the equation, the last fighter that should have saved the show was this man right here.
Well, hey, look, this was not supposed to be the guy. They went to 2 or 3 different guys. Charlie Suarez was the guy they wanted for this fight. Albert Bell was a save-the-show type of guy.
Beautiful shot there. Body shot by Bell.
Well, he's not.
The turning point came in round 7, when Mason landed a powerful straight left that stunned Bell. From there, the champion started taking over.
And to get reckless and impatient, and that's where Bell take advantage of it, and he knows where he's going to be at it, when he's going to be there.
Good body shot on the inside for Bell, and Mason lands a couple of left hands.
Like you said, Todd, if you're going to give a round to Abdullah Mason, the champion, this is it. Finally closing the distance, landing some clean shots.
Short guy.
Wasn't overwhelming, but shots like that are easy to see for the judges. Mason needed that shot just to change momentum in his favor. The thing about Bell, he does fight upright. He keeps that chin high. He's made a great career doing that. But sooner or later, you're going to get time. You better start bending them knees and start making yourself a smaller target if you're Albert Bell. Good shot. Good right hand right now by Bell. Everything's twos and fews with Albert Bell. He's not throwing hooks, no uppercuts. It's 1-2s and 2-1s.
The last time a world title fight was held here in Cleveland 20 years ago, Sergey Lakovic defeated Lamont Brewster right in the Wolstein Center for the WBO Heavyweight Championship. Good action here from Mason.
In round 8, Mason began attacking the body relentlessly, slowing Bell's movement and opening opportunities for bigger shots upstairs.
And this is what Mason needs to do. Just touch anything, punch out anything, make it rough.
Uppercut from Bell. The more aggressive Mason is, the more Bell can hurt him.
Punch with your free hand if you're Mason. You have the crowd behind you. You got momentum going in your favor. This is where you attack. This is where you're the younger champion.
Bell not going to get caught up in all the energy in this crowd.
Good shot there by Mason. 1-2 to the body. Very awkward combination, but that'll keep your opponent in check. There you go. See him attacking the body? Bell doesn't like those shots.
This crowd has been waiting to come to life.
Back to the straight left hands. If you're Mason, you've had success bending your opponent down the middle. There you go. Those body shots are going to keep the elbows tucked in by Bell.
That left scored. Another solid round for the champ.
In the corner, his father telling him, dig that body. That's going to open up the headshots.
The body punishment continued, and Bell's confidence from the early rounds started fading as Mason's pressure became overwhelming.
You got to block those ribs until you can't unleash that right hand like you normally do. See that? Beautiful body shot there by Mason.
The referee going to let him fight out of it, but not good optics for Bell, who's starting to hold on during every exchange.
Well, it's a bad look for Bell, but this is exactly the fight Mason needs. Perfect instructions in the corner. You slip that right hand and you dig that body. Forget about the head, and that's exactly why Abdullah Mason is breaking down Albert Bell. The fight is being taken out of him through the body. Shots like this, those take. Now you can see him cocking that right hand again.
Those body shots are starting to add up. Everything is affecting Albert Bell.
Mason hurting Albert Bell to the body, and the crowd knows it. The crowd's sensing it.
It seems like Bell needs to show us more offense to back this kid off him.
The conditioning and start fatiguing hungry champions, hungry contenders like Albert Bell.
And look at Mason just targeting the body nonstop. And Bell knows it's coming.
Yeah, the output of Bell has really decreased over these last few rounds. Before, he was moving, letting his hands go, 3-4 punch combinations. Now, he's just trying to stay out of the way of these shots.
Those are vicious body shots. Abdullah Mason. Big round by Mason right now, just digging away at the body.
Ooh, right hand there for Bell.
The championship rounds became a tactical battle, with both fighters knowing the title was still within reach.
All of them, the first 6 rounds. But if any judge has it a different way.
I wouldn't mind a little open scoring right now. I'd love to know where we stand. I'm sure Bell would too.
Good shot there from Albert Bell.
The quiet rounds are belonging to Bell. The frantic, energetic rounds belong to Mason.
Old bull, young bull, and this is exactly what we're seeing here. Old bull got the early rounds, the first half of the fight. Now it's a young bull, the young champion, to take this back. And he's doing just that. Even in quiet rounds, Bell's not doing much anymore.
Stop, I got you. Stop, hey, listen when I say stop, man.
Now this the kind of final minute of a round. Albert Bell's got to do something here. Competitive at this point. He can't allow Abdullah Mason to close it strong.
See, Albert Bell's pushing that right hand anymore. There's no snap in that punch. And by pushing it, Mason's not going to respect it coming in like he did earlier.
But if he can't win the quiet round, Sergio, it may not end so well for the challenger.
Mason stayed disciplined, continued targeting the body, and entered the final round with momentum on his side.
Proceeds the veteran tactics, the old bull mentality. Don't let the older fighter comfortable. Don't let him fight the older man's fight. You put into another gear and keep digging away. Don't let him hold.
And this is where you just like to see Albert Bell dig deep, pull something out. The last 4 rounds have not gone his way, but this is his shot. There might not be another world title opportunity on the table for him ever again. It took him this long, 13 years as a professional to get this kind of opportunity. He's got to turn off the gas, and he's turned on the gas his final 2 rounds.
Yeah, he's got to throw punches, Sergio.
Yep. The right hands from Bell haven't been landing anymore.
Yeah, Bell hasn't sat down on a punch in 5 rounds.
Because he has to block what's coming downstairs.
It looks like he's just trying to get through these rounds at that point. He's not trying to win them. 3 minutes left.
Round 12 was extremely controversial. It all started when Mason dropped Bell twice within seconds in the final round, and referee Mark Nelson stopped the fight without giving Bell a count, awarding Mason the victory and allowing him to retain his WBO lightweight world title.
For the first 4 or 5 rounds of this fight.
That was the first knockdown right at the beginning of the round as Mason came out like Usain Bolt when the bell rang.
It was that left hook. He jumped in with a left hook, and the reason he was able to catch Bell is because Bell was worried about body shots. Caught him squared up, and that's what you don't do against southpaws. You don't square up against southpaw.
And now you know Bell's just going to try and survive the round. Chris Mannix has the challenger up by a point. Another left on the temple, and he goes down. Will they call that a knockdown?
That should be a knockdown, guys.
And they're stopping the fight.
They're stopping it. Oh, my word.
You cannot
You
stop.
cannot stop it, but guess what? It doesn't matter.
The fatigue has set in. Bell was bloodied. He was bruised. He was battered. But Abdullah Mason still deserved the knockout.
The stoppage created debate among fans, but one thing was clear. Mason had passed his toughest test. He overcame adversity, adjusted against someone who knew him extremely well, and proved that he was more than just a talented prospect. Abdullah Mason's fights against Johan Vasquez and Albert Bell revealed something far more important than just his talent. In both battles, Mason was being pushed to the limit. He was dropped, outboxed, and forced into situations where most fighters would have collapsed. But somehow, he found a way to do the impossible. That's what separates future champions from ordinary fighters. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more boxing stories.